Hello and welcome to the show. This week I've decided to do something a little bit different. It's still Dux Britanniarum, but it's a full-on battle. I'll return to my campaign next time, but for now, let's get on with the show. Oh, and if you haven't done so already, grateful for a sub. The Battle of Degsastan was fought in AD 603 between King AEthelfrith of Bernicia and King Aidan of Dalriata. Aidan was concerned that Aethelfrith was expanding his power and territory too far, and thus decided to confront him on the battlefield. The Dalriatan army included Irish warriors under Prince Mael Umai and contingents of Picts and Britons. The Bernicians were led by Herring and Theobald, Aethelfrith's brother. Although Aethelfrith had fewer troops, almost all the Scotti army was slain, and Aidan fled. What follows is likely completely different. Well, my version will be different. Firstly, it's going to be based on available models that I have, so the mix of certainly the Scotti side will be slightly different to some of the sources that I'm going to be using, and they are the book Battles of the Dark Ages by Peter Maron and the recent publication of Wargames Soldiers and Strategy 125, which has the Battle of Degsastan written by Guy Halsall. So that's my reference points and starting points for this battle. So this is the map taken from the aforementioned book and also by Guy Halsall. There's a little bit more flavour in the WSS magazine, but I've gone with this one. As you can see, the English are to the south of the little stream or the burn, and the Scotti alliance to the north. And this is how it's translated to my table with, again, available terrain and the like. I've kept it fairly basic. There's high ground to the bottom right and top of the board. The burn that runs through the centre of the table with a bit of a kink down towards the left-hand side would be a minor obstacle all the way. Rough ground will be minor obstacle, and patches of bog will be medium obstacles. I've done some game guidelines for myself. Firstly, there'll be multiple lords and champions, but only one primus inter pares per side. That will be King Aidan for the Scotti and Lord Herring for the Saxons. I've also been generous with the additional nobles on either side to assist command. Don't really want too many uncommanded groups around the table. I've put a few picked cards in the deck along with the Scotti suited cards, so hopefully the Picts can pick a few of them up and use them. The Scotti alliance will be the attacker, therefore the onus will be on them to cross the river and attack the Saxons. And finally, because I don't want the game ending too quickly, I've given both forces a 9 on force morale. So the Scotti themselves will be led by King Aidan, who's a level 3 with his champion Hamish, Big Mac Duggan level 2, Med Mac Meal level 2, Neeps Mac Muffin level 1, he'll be leading the skirmishers, 2 groups of noble raiders, 4 raiders, and 2 groups of skirmishers. The Irish will have Lord Mael Umai, level 3, with his champion Fergal, Brian, a level 2 leader, 2 groups of noble raiders and 2 groups of raiders, and the British cavalry, led by Roddy ap Trotter, level 2, will be 6 shock cavalry. And finally the Picts, Lord Fubar, son of Fokkar, level 3, with his champion Dumbas, level 2 leader Fungus, son of Fergus, and 5 groups of raiders. Facing them, the Anglo-Saxons or Bernicians, Lord Herring, level 3, with his champion Beowulf, assisted by Elf Rich and Elf Nick, both level 2s. They have 2 Hearthguard groups, one of which will be 8 strong, 5 groups of warriors and 2 skirmishers. And Lord Theobald's division, who's a level 3 with his champion Wolf here, he'll have Elf Sid, level 2, 2 Hearthguard groups, again one of which will be 8 strong, 3 groups of warriors and 2 groups of missiles. And this is how that maps out with the various warbands on the table. So here we go. This is Herring with his Hearthguard, and the other 2 groups. This is the reserve group on top of the hill. Over on the left is Theobald at the front there with his other warriors. Across the stream are the Irish. On the left-hand side of Theobald are the archers, and across the burn we have the Scotti with King Aidan, the Picts with Lord Fubar, the British cavalry on the Scotti left with some skirmishers in front, and skirmishers to the right hand side of the Bernician position. Okay, so before we get going, we have the pre-game phase. Single combat between champions, Bibamus, Begnino Numeni, consulting the gods, and rousing speeches. Alright, the Battle of the Champions. Beowulf for the Saxons and Hamish for the Scotti. Now, obviously, I can't choose the dice for this. I say obviously, I won't. I'm going to use an average dice to say that they will never have a maximum of 6 dice when they're attacking, and also when they reduce in dice numbers because of wounds, I'll make a judicious call on the average dice and adjust that accordingly. Let's see who has the initiative. Black is Saxon and red is Scotti. So Beowulf has the initiative. So they both have 6 dice to start with. Beowulf will have 4 attack dice, and Hamish also 4. Well, that's nice and simple. So they both have defense of 2. Alright, so first of all, Beowulf's attack. We're on 5s and 6s. That's a feeble attack, so I don't need to roll any defensive dice. And Hamish gets 2 hits in. Does Beowulf block that? I'll just roll that one again, a bit cocky. Oh, 1. That's 1 wound to Beowulf. So he drops to 5 dice. Alright, next round. Beowulf, how many dice is he going to have? He can't have 2. That's too few for attack. So he's going to have 3. 3 for attack, 2 for defense. And Hamish will have 3. So he's been a little bit cautious. He's got 3 for defense. So Beowulf's attack. Ooh, 3 hits. Right. What's Hamish going to do there? He takes 3 wounds. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's 3 dice gone. And Hamish's attack is 1 hit. Beowulf's defense is good. No hits. Right. Okay, so next round. Beowulf's on 5 dice, and they have 4 in attack. He's going for the kill. Hamish only has 3, so the maximum I can think you can put in attack is 2 with 1 defense. Right, Beowulf's attack. Nothing. So defense not required from Hamish. Hamish's attack, nothing. Okay, that's a nothing round. Obviously being very cagey now. 3 attack for Beowulf. And 2 attack for Hamish. Beowulf's attack, 1 hit. And that is Hamish wounded again. Hamish's attack, 1 hit. And Beowulf's defense, and he's wounded again. However, I think at this stage, Hamish on 4, Beowulf on 2, he can't afford to die. So that is Hamish withdrawing from combat, much to the disgust of the Scotti alliance and King Aidan. Okay, so force morale update. Scotti are on 9 and Saxons on 11. Let's see what the liberal drinking of alcohol will do. So we're on Bibamus now. Saxons first. They get 2. No noteworthy effect. And Scotti 1. Add 2 points to the force morale level. Reduce the player's fate card hand by 1. And add 2 Bibamus cards to the fate deck. Alright, so there's Bibamus going into the pack. They're on force morale 11 and down to 4 on the hand. Consulting the gods. Begnino Numeni. Pardoning my Latin. Alright, so Saxons, they get a 5. Our God is with us. Add 2 points to the force morale level. Well, there we go. Herring is really geeing up his gang. There is no high priest or anything, so it's a straight 1 to 6 roll. 2. Bad omens for the Scotti. Add 1 portentous signs card to the fate deck and reduce the player's force morale by 1. So Scotti force morale goes back down to 10, and portentous signs go in. So there's no mercenaries in this. So 1 card may be played against a non-mercenary group or formation. Will add 2 shock to any combat result. 2 cards played will double any shock. Well, there's only 1 of these going in. Right. And finally, the leaders of each side will be able to make a speech. 1. This is the Saxons. Oh, piteous spectacle. Reduce the player's hand by 1 fate card and the force morale by 1. So they're down to 12, and their hand goes to 4. And the Scotti, 3. For mine own part, it was Greek to me. No effect. Right, so the cards have been dealt, and the Scotti Alliance will have aggressive charge, darting blow, shield wall braced, and another aggressive charge. And the Saxons will be having goad, aggressive charge, carpe diem, and another goad. And as discussed there, the force morals will be 10 for the Scotti and 12 for the Saxons. Both sides are going to have to make careful use of their reduced numbers of cards in this game, especially as they've got so many troops to operate with. Let battle commence. Okay, and we're off and running. So Saxon leader 2, which is Elfnick. He's not going to do anything because he's in reserve at the moment. Just need to be careful I don't get them storming off too early. Pictish leader 1. It's old Fungus. Well, of course, he's stuck behind his lord, so he can't go anywhere. Saxon leader 3, Elf Cid. Well, what they will do... I think they'll just wait as well. Here we go. Lord Hearing. Well, he's just going to push them up onto the river, which they do like so. And they're just going to wait for the Scotti. And to his right hand side, he's going to get Elf Rich's gang to move up, and they'll do the same. I think what they might actually do is sidle along there for 1, and then join up for 2. So that's 1 super shield wall. Quite formidable. All right, Fubar's up. He'll get going. 7. Scotti skirmishers, they haven't got to worry about the rough ground here, so they can go through that. They're going to come up to the edge of the burn. And they will fire at that group of warriors. 4, 5, 6 to hit. 2 hits. And 4, 5, 6 to shock. 2 shock. And the other group will pretty much do the same. And fire at them. No effect. Alright, the British cavalry with Roddy Ap Trotter. They're probably going to come across the river here and chase down the skirmishers. They haven't got a bounding move. It's 3 dice, 6 plus 6. So they go, that's 13, 19, less 1 pip per dice. So they go 16. dangerously close to the skirmishers and potentially round the back of the Saxons already. Right, Brian's up next. There we go, 10. Losing a few dice for that rough ground. Well, Big Mac Duggan, well, he's stuck behind King Aidan at the moment, so he can't do much. But certainly Med Mac Meal can. He's going to get his axemen to dive forward, probably up to the river if they can get there. There goes 7. Right, so King Aidan's up. I think what he's going to do is move up and join up with these guys here, which he does. Okay, Saxon skirmishers, well, they're actually already within 6 inches of the British cavalry, so they will simply have a go there. That's 3 hits. That's 5, 6 shock, 1 shock. And the other group, 2 hits, 2 shock. Well, that's a bit of a disaster for the shock cavalry, because they can't move now. They've got to get rid of the shock. Saxon missiles, they will move up to the bog area there. So they'll lose 1 pip per dice, so there will go 6. Just about get them in. And the other group will just move over to this one here. So they will go 9. Pretty much the same. Theobald. Now he doesn't really want to get in this bog. So I'm not quite sure what he wants to do. He might just swing across to the right and get on the river, and then get his noble to move around and cover his left flank. Okay. Okay, Roddy Ap Trotter, the British noble, is up now. He's just taken 1 point of shock off. Needs to get the cavalry out of the way of the skirmishers. He can't charge in because he's got 2 points of shock. So off he goes, and he goes 16, which is more than enough. Less 2 because of the shock. Get them up here. Prince Mael Umai up now. He's just going to get across this ground here as fast as he can. He goes 9. Loses, actually loses, I could probably go around it, that'll be alright. So just the opening moves at the moment, nothing dramatic happening. But the Scotti alliance is on the move up to the burn, and already the Saxons are getting a nice defensive position. I'll probably bug it up already with the British cavalry. Pushed them too far too soon. They've taken some shock from the skirmishers, and they're kind of isolated behind now. So yes, probably should have brought them back or not deployed them too early. We'll see. Right, Brian is up now. I think he's going to be bold and just go for the missiles over there. He'd take a few casualties, but he's going to clear them away if he contacts them. So away they go. 9. Alright, Big Mac Duggan. He's just going to push up behind King Aidan. Can't really go any... Well, he might go over to the right hand side. Oh, no, just go here. That's fine for the moment. Lord Theobald will wait. Right, British cavalry. Well, they can probably escape the skirmishers now and go all the way around behind the Saxons. They go 14. Less 2 is 12. And fortunately for the cavalry there, Roddy has just come up, so he's going to take his 2 shock off. Male Umai, I think he's going to be pushing around here as well. 8. All of a sudden, it looks as though we've got a sort of flanking manoeuvre from the Irish onto the Saxons, so I need to be careful. Alright, so Elf Nick's up now. I'm just looking at the rules about them charging into the cavalry. They can evade, so it's not worth them doing anything. At the moment, they don't want to commit just yet anywhere. Even though we've got an attack on the left flank, I think Theobald can deal with that at the moment. So they're just going to hold their horses, even though they haven't got any. Right, Fungus is on the move. He's going to come down the left-hand side of his lord. He goes 15. Oh, less 3 is 12. And they're not going to join up. Scotti skirmishers. I did actually read the other day that if they've got a noble, he can actually join in, which he's going to do. So they're going to get 9 dice. We'll do them all together. On this group, 4, 5, 6 to hit. That's a pretty good hit. And oh, that's interesting. Yeah, okay, so it's 4, 5, 6 shock. That's 4 shock. Up to 6. Okay, King Aidan is up now. He's got 4 groups attached, 2 of which are noble raiders. I think what he might do is a sneaky and go straight for Theobald over there. I don't want to waste any cards on this because I don't quite know whether he's going to get in, because he'll lose a point for going across the stream. So let's see. Yeah, they only go 8, which is up to the river. Good decision. And Med Macmeal, who's in the formation with him, he's just come up, but he can't do anything at the moment. Elf Sid, on the other hand, I think will come over here and plug this left-hand flank. So the front 2 groups, they'll go 10. And the rear group will go and join up with them. I'll have to join up next time. Right, Saxon skirmishers. Well, they need to get in on the fight here, so they're going to move forward 5. And the other group go 13. Lord Herring. Well, they're one formation, so I'm guessing he could take off shock. They're not in combat at the moment. Oh, he's outside command range though, isn't he? Yes, he can't do that. Well, I know they're quite fluid about moving around a little bit. So I'll say he... well, he's within 9 of that group. So I'm going to say he can, well, I'll lose 1 for that and then take off 2. So they're down to 4. And then Saxon leader 1, which is Elfrich, he'll take off another 2. Saxon just waiting. Now the Pictish Lord, old Fubar. Again, they're a little bit far away. I'm just going to advance them up. Well, we can advance them up the river, I think. Why not? But not over it. They lose 3 inches because of the rough ground. And they're not helping either. And finally, the Saxon missiles. So this group will fire at the noble raiders here. 3 hits. 5 shock, 6 kill. 1 shock. And the other group here will fire at this group of raiders. 1 hit. And a 4 is 1 point of shock. Right, that's the end of the second round. So we've got the British cavalry, who are now shock-less, ready to do something in the rear of the Saxons. They got right around. The reserve is still uncommitted. The rest of the Saxons pretty much are on the river, on the burn. The Irish are pushing around on the Saxon left flank. The Scotti are ready to pile over the river there. The Picts are lagging behind a little bit there. And there's a little bit of a skirmish tussle on the right. So things are going to heat up very shortly. Right, Scotti skirmishers are up. They're going to get out of the way of the Picts. So just sidle away over here. And they will fire at this group here with 9 dice, 4, 5, 6 to hit. 4 hits. And that's 4, 5, 6 shock. That's another 3 shock. So they're up to 5. That's pretty useful. Pictish Lord Fubar. He's got 5 raiders. There's 5 Saxon groups. It's going to be a pretty even fight. So he's going to play aggressive charge. And in they go. So they lose 3, they go 10. And they're in. First contact. Right, it's going to be a large number here, so I've got to get my buckets ready. 1, 2, 3, 18, less 2 is 16, 17, 18, 24, 32, plus 2, 34, plus 9, 39 for the Saxons. And for the Picts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5s 30, 35, 37. Right, Saxons first. This is 29 dice. Another 10. Pretty good hit there. Okay, he'll have 5 on the Lord's group. 27 for Scotti, hitting on 3s with that aggressive charge. And another 10. Okay. Actually quite even, funny old thing. Okay, here we go. That is 2 shock, 1 kill. One shock, 3 kill. is that on Fubar it is. So another 2 kill there, and Fubar injured. I'll come back to that in a minute. No, I won't, I'll do it now. 6, Lord being wounded. Now I'm going to count the supernumerary lords as nobles for loss of morale. I think that's only fair, otherwise it's going to force morale is going to drop too quick. So they lose 1 point for that. Do the Scotti alliance, so they're down to 9, force morale. Next group is 3 shock. Four shock. And final group. Oof, heavy 3 kill there, and there's no lord or noble. So that's a total of 6 Picts killed, and the lord was wounded. Okay, Hearthguard. That is 2 shock. Herrings group. Ooh, well, that's 2 kill, 1 shock. Is the kill on Herring? It is, he's wounded. Ooh, now that is the principle. And 1 Hearthguard killed. So it's a bad thing's happened on the Lord this time, the key one. Oh, well, they're lucky there, I think. And that is no reduction. Right, warriors. Shock on a 3-4, kill on a 5-6. So 1 kill, 2 shock. Aelfrich's group. That's a hefty 3 kill, 2 shock. Is it on Aelfrich? No. And finally, 3 kill, 1 shock. So that is 8 and 6. And that is 4 back, 1 inch per shock on groups. So all of this lot can go back 2 inches. And maintain formation. These, the group on the end, however, will break. They'll go back 3 inches. They've got excess shock. And they will rout. And they go another 7. Up in the hills. And the Scotti, have they got any excess shock? No. Not the Scotti, the Picts, sorry. The Picts will follow up. Alright, Saxons first. Oh, it's a pretty good hit there. And again, they'll have the odd ones on the noble and the lord. No aggressive charge this time. So the 3s don't count, which is a bit of a shame because I had a few there. So not so good. 3 on each. Alright, away we go. 2 kill, 1 shock. It's going to be carnage, isn't it? And that is 3 shock, 1 kill. Is it on Fubar? No, it's not. So they're excess shock. In fact, they're going to be routing. No, they're not. Excess shock, sorry. 2 kill and 1 shock. Two shock and 1 kill. Is it on the noble? It's not. And finally 1 kill. Brutal. Another 7. Right, half guard. 1 kill. Lord Herring's group, 1 kill. Is it on him? It's not. That's just as well for them. Next group. 2 shock, 1 kill. And finally, no effect. All right, so that's net 4. Net 4, withdraw minimum of 6. They all go back 6. And if excess shock, add 2 shock and rout. No. Excess shock of 1. So they add 2, and it's 5 with 8. No. 4 with 4. No. 3 with 4. So they add 2. They go to 6. And they will break. So they go back 3. They're going to take Fubar with them. And they will run away. They go 9. There's Lord Fubar running away. Needs to get a grip. And the Saxons will now follow up. Just checking there's no excess shock. No, we're okay. They can follow up too. So they're back on the river. And they remain a formation. So bruised and battered, but they are still there. Lord Herring's taken a wound. And the Pictish attack there, well, they're decimated really. They, yeah, and Lord Fubar's running away. But a good start to the proper battle. Right, bad things happen for this warrior group breaking. 2. That's 1 point. Saxons are down to 11. For the Pict group in the far distance, 2. That's also 1 point. So the Scotti alliance is down to 8. And with regard to Lord Herring's group for chasing after the routing group, well, they've got 1. So if I rolled a 1 with the dice 6, then they go chasing after it. However, a lord is allowed to change the dice by 1, so he would add 1 because he don't want to break this formation and not go charge after them. So they will stay in position. I won't bother rolling that. Okay, Saxon missiles, they will fire at the left-hand group. 3 hits. That's 4, 5 shock, 6 kill, so that's another shock and 1 kill. And the other group, again firing at the Noble Raiders here. 2 hits, 5 shock, 6 kill, no effect. Big Mac Duggan, he's part of that group, so he's not going to do anything in particular. No point drawing a card at the moment, they've got pretty good cards. Saxon skirmishers. I think this lot will get around here, which they do, and they'll fire at them. 4, 5, 6 to hit. 2 hits. And 1 shock. And the other group will go around the back, I think. They'll lose 1 pip per dice there, so they'll go 4, and they can't fire out of arc. Right, the British cavalry, they can actually move now, not with the noble that's with them. Obviously I messed that up last time. I'm not quite sure where the best place for them to be is at the moment. I'm thinking just to lurk around this area here. There they are, just waiting in the wings to see what arises, looking at the rear of these groups here. Right, Med Macmeal. I think he's going to come up here. He can't obviously go past these, so he'll just come up into this gap here, which he does. I think I've actually got Med Macmeal and Big Mac Dugan the wrong way around. So he's Scotti leader 1, he's Scotti leader 2, but actually it doesn't make any difference. Right, Brian's on the move. He'll take a point of shock off. He will charge forward here, losing 2 pips per dice. Wants to clear these missiles away. So he loses that, that's 2, that is 4, so he goes total of 6. And it's not enough. Oh, and -1 for shock actually. So they only go 5. But they're right in the face of the missiles there. Now we have male Umai. Yeah, he's got a lot of difficult ground to cover here. So I think he might just come this way, see if he can disperse these. He hasn't got a bounding move or anything. He'll lose 2 dice, 2 pips per dice for that, and it's -1 shock, but I think it's worth it. So that's gone, so he goes 4 inches. It's not worth it. And actually only 3 because of shock. But I think it's obvious now to the Saxons as to what the Irish are up to. Right, Saxon leader 2, Elf Nick. Again, I think he's okay there. He's in reserve. Doesn't need to do anything just yet. Pictish leader 1, Fungus. You're going to take 2 points of shock off. They are now not excess. Elf Sid. He will tell this group to come and join up. So that's 1, and joining up is 2. Saxon's got a nice defensive line on the river with pretty much every group apart from the reserve. Right, and now it's Theobald. Ooh, well, he's got aggressive charge and Carpe Diem, and he's got portentous signs. 1 card played against non-mercenary group or formation will add 2 shock to any combat result. Okay, so you can do that. Why not? So you'll get -1, and that's enough to get in. Bit of a gamble. That's what we're here for. Let's work out some dice. So Saxons will get 14 plus 1 here for the elite, because that's against warriors, or raiders rather. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22. Scotti at 12, 24, 29, 31. Saxons go first, and they're hitting on a 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 extras will go on the Lords group there and the Raider group there with the Noble, Med Macneil. And I've got to remember to play Portentous Signs, and that will go on this one, be on this group here when it comes up. And the Scotti reply. Is pretty good actually. So, and of course there's only 2 groups there, so Theobald might have been a bit rash. Okay, let's start with this group here. 2 shock, 1 kill. Med Macneil's group, 2 shock. King Aiden's group, so that is 3 shock, and add 2 to any combat rounds, 5 shock. Run out my little trays now, so that's gone. And the last Noble Raider group on this side here, 1 shock. Right, on this Saxon Hearthguard here, that is 2 shock, 1 kill. And Theobald's group, well, that's pretty shocking there. 1 shock, not that shocking. 3 kills. Is it on Theobald? It is. So Theobald is wounded and it's 2 dead. Alright. Bad things happen. 1. Well, that's no effect. Okay, so it's net 2 to the Scotti. And that is fall back 1 inch per shock on groups. Well, they will go back 2 and maintain formation. Right, is there any excess shock the other side? No, there isn't. So the Scotti will advance 2 inches. And we fight another round. I've just forgotten actually the Saxons had an armoured bright card, so they'll play that even though Theobald didn't lose any force morale. He's going to save that wound. Right, Saxon hit. Just sitting on 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6 now. No aggressive charge. So that's yeah, I think that's the split. Scotti reply. Again, pretty good because it's just the 2 groups there, so it's 6 on that and 7 on that. Okay, 1 shock, 1 kill. Just the 1 shock. Nothing. And nothing. Noble Raiders count as elite. There's a bit of a disaster by Theobald here as he completely buggered it up. 2 shock. 2 kill. Their excess shock. And on Theobald's group, that's 1 kill and 4 shock. Not quite sure what that was. We're up to 6 now though. And 1 kill is that on Theobald himself. Oh, it is, he's wounded. Well, just as well he took the wound off last time with armour bright. So force morale check on that one. Bad things happen is a 6, and that isn't so good. Saxon lose another point. They're down to 10. Right, it's net 1 this time to the Scotti. is withdraw if excess shock. They have 1 excess shock, they don't, but they'll go back 1 inch. Raiders will always retire with excess shock. They don't have that, so they'll advance. And the combat continues. Okay, we now have Lord Herring up. What to do? He could try and finish off the Picts. He's only got 2 command initiatives. I think he's going to be sensible and take off 2 points of shock here. And just play the waiting game for a minute. And Aelfrith will take another 2 points of shock off. And it's back to King Aidan, so this fight restarts. Okay, so we'll do the Saxons first. It's 1 + 1 for elite, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For the Saxons, they're going to get pushed hard in this round, I think. And the Scotti will have 3, plus 5 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20, 25. Right, Saxons. Oh dear. Right, he'll have 1 on there, 1 on there, and 1 on there. Pretty good return by the Scotti. Yeah, let me look at that. Right, single hit is another point of shock here. And another point of shock there. Doesn't bode well for the Saxons, this one though, does it? And a point of shock there, so they're on 6. Alright, no kills. 2 points of shock, but that is excess and routed. And kill 3 shock. Here's the kill on Theobald. It's not. So it's net 1. So they have 5 with 9, so they go back 4. These guys will go back 3 and rout. They go 10. Right, so first things first, bad things happens for elite 6. That's not good. That's 3 points. So the Saxons are down to 7 fourth morale. So those bad things happen. Now the Scotti, are they going to follow up? Who's got excess shock? None of them got excess shock actually. Right, so the group that was opposite them is going to be this lot. If they get 4 or less, they're going to charge after them. They charge after them. They go 2 dice 6. They go 10. The remainder will follow up 2 inches. And I think that's the end of the combat there. So we've got a broken formation here. This one is, the group's certainly high on shock, but not excess. These are excess shock. Theobald's wounded. One group is routed, and the Medmac Meal has pushed forward this group, chasing after them, but they've got a lot of shock as well. Okay, so here we are at a critical stage, I would say. The Irish have pushed forward on their right, but yet to get rid of the missiles, and the Saxons have formed up on the river awaiting them. However, more interesting just to the Saxon right here in the centre of their line, effectively, where the Scotti have broken through. They've routed one Hearthguard, and this Hearthguard is looking extremely dodgy with excess shock, although Med Macmeal and his little team here have got excited and chased after them. And they all need to be a little bit careful because they've got the British cavalry here, which may well give them a nasty surprise. Over on the right hand side, Lord Herring just steadying the ship on the river, on the burn. He's still got his reserve uncommitted. They may well be moving over to the left in a bit. And the Pict attack seems to have broken down at the moment. And Lord Herring has just got to debate whether to finish them off or to concentrate on his left flank here. And indeed, the first card up is Lord Herring. So what does he do? What does he do indeed? Now, these are very weak, so I don't think they're going to be attacking for some time yet. I think he might detach his Hearthguard and charge over to the left. He'll take a point of shock off, so they get -1 on the move, -2 dice here. So that's gone, that's 2, that's 4, that's 6. I think what's happened here is this has dragged in this group here because they were within 2 inches, because the Saxons had to get over to the Scotti, not necessarily to their advantage either. So a bit of a bold move, but they've got a number of heavy Hearthguard here. So let's see how we go. Right, do the Saxons first. So they have 5 less 4 in 1. They don't get 1 for relief, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 7 is 12. Plus 4 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And the Scotti will have 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right, Saxons first. Could have been better, but that's not bad. I have 5 on King Aidan's side and 4 on the other side. What's coming back? Not a great deal. 3 on each. This might be a good move by Lord Herring. Right. That is 4 shock. They're up to 10 excess. 1 kill. Is it on the king? It's not. On the other group, 2 shock. We're up to 3. And 1 kill. So that's 2 kills on the Scotti side. Alright, 1 shock, but that 1 shock takes them to 10, and they're excess and broken. And that was the danger. And that is just 2 shock. I should have put a dice on there at least. Let's re-roll that. 1 shock. I forgot about the end group there. And nothing. Alright, so it's net 2 to the Saxons. Right, net 2 is fall back 1 inch per shock on group, so they go back 3. And these go back 10. They're actually routed anyway. So in King Aidan's group are routed. So they need to go another 3. There goes 7. Bad things happen for an elite group. 2 is 1. Scotti are down to 7. But on the Saxon side, they went back 3. These guys are going to advance 2. and these guys are routing. So first of all, excess shock, they go back 6. And they go another 6. Bad things happen for elite routing. 5 is 3. Saxons are down to 4, force morale. Right, Elf Rich is up now. Right, I think all he's going to do is just take off 2 points of shock. Doesn't need to do anything too silly at the moment. King Aidan, on the other hand, will detach from here, and I think try and get across to this group here. He goes 8. So I'm thinking now, that was 1. He can tell this group to move up here. I guess so. Which they can. I don't think they can join up though. So that's what he's going to do. Right, the Pictish Lord, Fubar, he'll detach. He goes 9. Which gets him up to that group there. That was 1. And with his remaining command initiative, he'll take them down to 3. Trying to rally that formation. Right, Med Mac Meal. He's in a difficult position. So I think what he's going to do is take a point of shock off and retreat back to this group here. I don't think he can take a point of shock off really if he is turning around and moving backwards, so the shock stays on. So he turns around and moves back. I guess they're going to be facing that way now. Exposed the rear. Ooh, misses. Now the British cavalry are up. Right, I think they're going to go for it. They do have a Carpe Diem. But nothing else. So if they catch them in the rear, then that's good. It's 3 dice 6, but they'll lose 1 for being in the rough ground. 3 dice 6 plus 6. So that is 14. Less 3 is 11. Plus 6 is 17. Is that enough? It's not. Well, they were so close. That's a Carpe Diem wasted. And Saxon leader 3. Again, I think he just... I don't really want them to break out of the defensive position they've got here. There's too much carnage going on to the right hand side. And he would risk losing it all, I think, if he runs away with it. So he stays there. The Saxon missiles, however, I think actually they'll withdraw 2. So they lose 4, they go 6. 4, 5, 6 to hit. 3 hits. They're firing at the same group. No effect. And the other group do the same, come over here. They'll go 4. And they will fire at that group. 2 hits. 1 shot, 1 kill. Is it on the noble? It's not. Right, Scotti leader 1, which is Big Mac Duggan. Well, he's going to swing around here and join up, which he does.
back over to the Irish on the Scotti right flank. So we're Brian's up now. I think he's got to continue his push around, even though he's got a bit of shock. He'll take one shock off, and he'll lose 2 pips per dice. He's just going to swing around and try and clear those missiles away. So he goes 9. Wrong. 7. And he's still not quite got those missiles. Now, Mael Umai is up. He's only got 12 of his gang. Has he got anything useful? Well, he's just drawn a card which is Desperare, so that isn't very useful. So he's going to play the following: Aggressive Charge, Darting Blow, and Carpe Diem. Carpe Diem allows those 2 cards to be played, so it's 1 round of combat only. Of course, he's got to get there, so he'll lose 2 pips per dice. Might be a risky manoeuvre, this. Of course it is, isn't it? So that's gone 1, 4. Less 1. So they struggle across the bog and the river, and that's a pathetic attempt to get across the bog area and wasted all those cards. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so we have Elf Nick. Now, where does he go? I still don't think he's got to commit just yet. Although what I will get him to do is move further over to the left, I think. He'll go 3 dice, 2 dice, because he's sort of changing direction, I think, something like that. He sidles over 5. Probably lucky to go that, actually, because of the rough ground, so I'll take him back a bit. So he's just sort of skitting around on the hill. Right, Fungus will take off 2 points of shock. Scotti Skirmishers, they will fire, I suppose this lot will have to fire at these, so they're 4 onto them. 1 hit. And 1 shock. And 5 onto the warriors here. That is 3 hits. And no effect. And right back at them, Saxon Skirmishers will probably fire at these guys. 2 hits. 1 shock. 2 people, 1 shock. And the other group will move here and again fire at them. That is 1 hit. No effect. And final card for the round is Lord Theobald, who can now detach, which is good news for him. And I think he's going to take himself over to the warriors here. Yeah. And he goes 9. So working from the Saxon right, we've got skirmishes activity on this side, bit of a standoff in the middle with the Picts and Elf Rich. Moving into the centre, we've got a real fight still ongoing there with Lord Herring and King Aidan desperately trying to get back into it. Saxon Reserve still there. Moving up to the left flank of the Saxons. We've got the British cavalry looking very dangerous here, and on the left hand side we've got Lord Theobald coming up to help Elf Sid stem the Irish tide, and the missiles on the Saxon left doing a good job just weakening the Irish as they advance. So again, I think it's all still to play for, but if I was a betting person, I would go for the Saxons at the moment, I think. However, having looked at that again, I think one of the key issues is the fact that the Saxons are on a force morale of 4 and the Scotti Alliance is still on 7. So we'll see what happens now. Okay, so we have Big Mac Duggan, which you will see if I can get this right now. I think that's yes, this chap here, Big Mac Duggan. So he's with this group. He could pile in, but I think he'll wait for Aiden, and he'll take 2 points of shock off. So they're down to 1. Scotti skirmishers, I'll do the same as last time. There'll be 5 on the warriors here. 4, 5, 6 to hit, that's 3 hits, and it's 4, 5, 6 shock. 3 shock. And this lot, 4, 5, 6 to hit, 3 hits. And again, 4, 5, 6 shock. They're on 2 shocks, so they'll lose 1 if they're going to shoot. Okay, Elf Nick, Saxon leader 2. The reserve. Does he commit somewhere? I'm getting a little bit nervous now about the Scotti here. I think they've... difficult. I think they're still got to come over here. The Picts to their right still have a lot of shock. I don't know. Questions. What do they do? I think they're going to go forward. Straight forward. They go 9. Well, whether that's the right place or not, that's what they've decided to do. King Aiden, he moves up. And now I think they're going to get in. Okay, so we'll it's -1, it's academic, I guess, so they're in. Do some calculations. 6, 11, 17, 18, 19, 24. Saxons will have 6. No 1 for elite there because they're against elite, so 6 plus 4 is 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. Saxon first. Hitting on a 4, 5, 6. That's a pretty good hit. 3, 2, and 3. Scotti. I think they're both pretty average, actually. Well, I don't know. Actually, that Scottish done pretty well there. And of course, it's only on 2 groups. So that's 8 and 7. Big hits. All right, on King Aiden's group, 1 kill, 2 shock. Is the kill on King Aiden? It's not. So a raider dies. Of course, he's not with the nobles there. Probably should be. 1 shock. So they're up to 2. And on the other noble raiders, 2 shock. Wow. Scotti have done well there. This could be a hammer blow to the Saxons. That's 2 kill and 2 shocks. They're up to 4 shock. Is one of the kills on? It is. There's no armor bright this time. Lord Herring is wounded twice. There's another Hearthguard killed. Let's do the bad things happen. 5, and that's 2 points. The Saxons are down to 2 on the force morale. Oh dear. And the other hit is 1 shock and 2 kill. So they're up to 2 shock. And there we go. So it's net 1 to the Scotti. Net 1 is withdraw if excess shock. They have 6 with 4 and 3 with 2. Scotti always withdraw with excess shock. They don't have excess shock, so we go again. Right, Saxons first. That's a fantastic hit considering. So I'll have 3 there, 2 there, and 2 there. Scotti. Four in each group. Okay, on King Aidan's group there is 1 kill. Is it on King Aidan? It is. He's got nothing to protect him, so he's wounded. Bad things happen. 6. Oh dear, oh dear. I think that's 3. No, it's 2. But the Scotti Alliance is down to 5 force morale. Okay. 1 point of shock. Oh, 3. And 1 point of shock. So they're on 3 as well. So that's no kills. Okay, Lord Herring's group. Oh, okay, 1 point of shock. We've got away with that. And on the other group of Hearthguard, 2 points of shock. They're on 4. So it's excess shock. Right, so Scotti have 5 with 2, 5 with 3, and 6 with 3. And the Saxons here have 6 with 5 and 3 with 4. So they go back 1. And the Scotti will follow up. So they remain in combat. Hamish takes a dive there. Steady on, fella. You're still needed. Right, and would you believe it, the next card up is Saxon Lord. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is not good for Lord Herring. But let's do the numbers. Saxons first. It's 6 less 2 is 4. And 5, 6, 7, 8. And the Scotti will have 4, 8, 13, 14, 15, 20 again. Not 20, 19, because King Aidan's wounded. Okay, Saxons. And that is dire. I guess he'll have the hit on Big Mac Duggan. In reply, looks pretty good from the Scotti. Six and 5. Okay, no effect. Oh dear, disaster. And on the other group here, 1 point of shock. This could be curtains for the Saxons. That is 3 shock, 1 kill. 1, 2, 3. They're on excess shock. Is it on Lord Herring? It is. Right. So Beowulf sacrificed. Sorry, fella, you did well during the fight of the champions, but you're now gone. They need a disengage card, which they haven't got. And on the other group, it is 2 kill, 1 shock. So they're up to 5, 1, 2 kill. All right. So net 2, fall back 1 inch per shock on groups. This, funny enough, might actually save the Saxons here. So they go back 8. You go back 5. He will rout. He's got 9. They do not rout, but we've got a bad things happen for an elite group routing. One is 1 point, and all of a sudden the Saxons are on 1. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Now, because one group routed, these guys may well follow up charging. They get a 3, they do. It's 2 dice 6. They go 7. I think actually, again, common sense, do they actually follow them that way? Or these guys are so close, I think they're going to have to fight them. They go in there and bash into them. That's what I'm going to say happens. So there they go. They're not that manoeuvrable coming through the gap, I don't think. So they've contacted them. The remainder of the Scotti will follow up too. And I think at the end of that combat, that is it. So the Saxons are just hanging on here. Lord Hearing here, double wounds, overshock on his Hearthguard. The other guys have run away. The Scotti pouring through the gap here. This lot charging after the routs have caught up with these guys. I think we need to do another combat actually. Do an immediate combat here where the Scotti are going to be massively outnumbered actually. See what happens. So 6 less 2 is 4, 5, 6. And it's 12, 14 for the Saxons. Okay, Saxons first. That's a big hit. It's all in one group. This is the problem with charging up after your victory. The bloodlust is up. Okay, Scotti reply is nothing. They missed everything. Oh my lord. So this could be disastrous for the follow-up by Big Mac Dugan. Well, it could have been worse actually. He gets 4 shock and 1 kill. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the kill on Big Mac. It's not. So they have 8 with 5. It's excess shock. They go back 3. These guys will follow up 2. Combat ended. Meanwhile, on the Saxon left flank, Brian is up and he's just going to advance straight forward. I think this might actually clear out the Saxon missiles finally. He will lose 1 pip per die, so he'll lose 3, so he goes 6. And both those missiles have now been dispersed. Well, he actually loses a little bit more because of that bog there, but even so, they've gone. No effect on force morale. Alright, Pictish leader 1, he'll take another 2 points of shock off, so they're down to 2. So the Picts are rallying themselves for another assault on their Saxon right. Saxon skirmishers, both of them will fire at this group here. So they'll fire with 3, no effect, and the rear group with 4, no effect. Oh dear. And Aelfric is up now. Now what does he do? He's got to really take off 2 points of shock. So 1 point of shock. Right, Elf Cid. Theobald's behind him here. Does he wait for him to come up, or does he go in for the kill? These are 2 noble raiders groups, the Irish. He'll draw a card. Well, he's drawn Rage, which is no good for him. That's a picked card. So does he wait for the gamble for Theobald to come up or not? Difficult one. 18 versus 14. I think he waits. Okay, confusion reigns, as it always does on a battlefield. The fog of war, as they say. I had the British cavalry chasing after the Scotti. Of course, they're on the same blooming side. Well, there we go. That's what happens in battles where the heat of the moment gets everywhere. So they're not going to chase after the Scotti here. Otherwise, that'll be a blue on blue. They're going to come over here and actually attack Lord Herring. So away they go. Shock cavalry get double the number of dice in the first round and double the number of shock. So they're in. Let's work out some dice. Saxons will be 2 plus 3 for the Lord. Not very good. The cavalry will be 6, 7, 8 for the noble, 16. Okay, Saxons first. 1 kill. Is it on Roddy? It's not. Scotti. Okay, here we go. 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. Well, that's interesting actually. That's another 5 shock, which is obviously takes them way above. They're going to break them. Well, I think it's over now. I think it's over because it's 11 shock. So they automatically go 7. And they rout. They're off the table, but more importantly, it's an elite group routing, and 6 is 3, and that's the Saxons well below 0. And oh my lordy, the Saxons have gone from the table. They're routing now. The Irish have pushed around on the Saxon left. They've got rid of the missiles and they're ready for the final assault. The Scotti are victorious in the centre. Lord Herring has run away with his Hearthguard. And even on the right hand side, where the Saxons are reasonably holding, the Picts are ready to take up the gauntlet again and get in there. But there we go. The Battle of Degsastan has finished, and it is a rip-roaring success for the Scotti alliance as the Saxons run away.
Well, there we have it. History has been rewritten. I had a lot of fun with that. All my minis on the table, lots of action. Most of the warbands or divisions getting involved in some way, shape or form, and a fantastic ending by the British cavalry, who finally chose the right people to attack and finished off the Saxons. So I think I'll do a few more of the big battles in the future, but next time it will be back to the campaign in the Old North. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.